everybody. Welcome to Honestly's podcast. It's your host, Esmeralda. And come on, tune into what we have for today. Alright, now, loves, let's get into today's quote. If we're growing, we're always going to be out of our comfort zone. John Maxwell. Hello, loves, and welcome to episode 3 of Honestly. I am honestly, so proud of myself for even getting this far. And yes, I know it's only the 3rd episode in the 1st season, but still, it's an accomplishment. And let's talk about what today's episode is going to be all about. So today's episode will be about what is the healing process? Literally, what is it? So today we're going to be talking about that. And if you haven't really caught on by now, season 1 is really going to be talking a lot about healing and growth. So, tune in. Hi, babes. Welcome back to Honestly, and I am your host, Esmeralda. And what is the healing process? Well, I'm going to be explaining it to you. This is the most proper way I could really put a definition from my own words. So, yes. The healing process is when one has gone through something that has changed them or hurt them, or even both at times. It's the process in which you're giving yourself the time you need to grieve and grow to come out a better person. Alright, so now that we know the basis and what the healing process is, let's talk about the steps to the healing process. So, disclaimer, not saying that I'm fully healed. Okay, I'm only 6 months into it. But I've been through this once before. Again, I've had 2 boyfriends in my life. I think I mentioned this in my last episode, but I've only had 2 boyfriends. First one, horrible. I was on that man bad. Never again. Second one, also horrible, but it's okay. I'm past all of that. So, again, disclaimer, not saying that I'm fully healed. So, yeah. If 6 months isn't good enough for you, oops, sorry. Let's get into these steps. Let yourself grieve, okay? That means let yourself cry, let yourself be sad, let yourself go through the feelings of anger. You do not start trying to distract yourself, okay? Do not, because distracting yourself will put the feelings on hold, and it's either way you're going to end up having these feelings, and these feelings are going to be harder to deal with in the long run because you did not deal with them the exact moment you were feeling them. Yeah. I'm not smart. Sorry, guys. Let me stop. Be true to yourself, okay? Make sure that you're being truthful with yourself. Do not lie to yourself, okay? If you were in a toxic relationship that was bad, you tell yourself, yes, I was in a toxic relationship. Yes, I was being dumb because I kept going back. Yes, I'm going to try my hardest this time to not go back. Yes, yes this, yes that. You need to be telling yourself truth. Yes, I let myself get disrespected. Yes, this is somewhat my fault. Because, okay, let's run that back a little bit, because I don't want to get what I'm saying all confused. I'm saying when I say yes, it's my fault. Here's an example, because I mentioned a toxic relationship. So here's another example. Say that there is a woman, right, and a man. Yeah, they're married, got kids, whatever they got going on with their relationship status. It doesn't matter. They can be in a normal relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, married, whatever. It all happens in all those relationships. And think about the man or the woman keeps cheating, right? Okay, first time, I get it. you want to take them back. You want to give them another chance because you feel like it was a mistake, and you just love this person, and you just feel like it would only be right to give them another chance because you love them so much. And okay, it happens that one time, it's over with, that never happens again. Okay, cool, that's good. But if it keeps happening consistently, the second time is like, okay, sis, like, you think you're gonna do it again if you give him another chance? Then the third time is like, okay, you gotta stop that. Then the fourth time is like, just keep going on and on and on, and it just keep cheating and stuff like that. And you keep taking them back and making excuses for them and just things in that sort. You're being stupid, okay? And that's just the honest truth. It's not me trying to be rude or mean, but you're being plain stupid. And like, I feel like that's like one of the biggest problems. Like, people are stuck in these toxic relationships, stuck in these toxic ways because it's influenced. It's all you see on the internet. I see 10, 11-year-olds on the internet all the time in these toxic ass relationships. You're 10 or 11. You're in 5th grade. Why are you even in a relationship? Be real. Why? And I mean, at least if you're going to be in a relationship, make sure you're not wearing yourself out. You're only 10, 11 in 5th grade. You don't know what real problems are yet. Or I'm not even going to say that because I feel like I sound like an old person when I say that. Okay, I feel like I sound a little bitchy when I say that, so I'm not going to say that. But, like, obviously, no, a little too young, but everybody's gonna do what they're gonna do, okay? Everybody is different. So yeah. 3, set goals, okay? Set goals. If you want to heal truly, you gotta set goals. You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna heal and that's it. No, you have to have your little milestones in between. That's why, like, every month that passed by of since I've left my ex-boyfriend, I always celebrate it. So like, when it's 7 months, I'm gonna have some type of celebration. I'm gonna like buy myself something or get my hair done or something, just something. Like last month during the 6th month, I went out of town. So yeah. And but yes, set goals. Set goals. Okay, you don't want to like just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna heal. This is it. Like, no, I'm sorry. That's just not how it works. You gotta have your little milestones. Okay, when you were a baby, you didn't just straight up grow up. You had milestones in between growing up for fucking 18 years. So be logical with yourself. That's all I have to say. Because a lot of people aren't logical, to be honest. Don't hop straight into another relationship. I feel like that's like self-explanatory, but like, I'm still gonna say it. Like, do not hop in another relationship because you're not ready to be in another relationship, love. Like, you literally just got out of one. Like, you're still hurt, you still need to heal, you still make sure that you're right, in the right mind to be in another relationship. Like, and you do not want to bring problems from an old situation into a new situation. Like, that's like one of the worst things you could possibly do, to be honest. Hey, that's what I'm gonna say about that one. Start cutting off people that don't belong. If you are a certain type of way, you want a certain type of lifestyle, and you just want certain things for yourself, you cannot have people who are the opposite or who just, y'all don't have any similarities anywhere. Y'all are just friends just to be friends or something like that. Like, yeah, no. That's like the type of people you need to cut off. You need to cut off the people who gives bad vibes, people who has no goals for themselves, no morals, no priorities, no ambition. You do not need that in your life. You're trying to grow, you're trying to heal, you're trying to thrive and elevate, okay? And if you're surrounded by people who are not trying to grow and thrive and elevate and non-ambitious people, then what do you think you're gonna turn into? Okay, these are people that you're genuinely hanging out with every day, that's like probably the worst choice, like, ever. That's like the worst thing you do yourself. Now, okay, if you're being their friend from a distance and like, you know, you're not always hanging around them, you know, like, oh, when you see them, it's like a hey there or whatever. Y'all might go out to a party or something. That's really it. Like every once in a blue moon. Okay, it's nothing too heavy, but every day, crazy. That's actually a breach because you don't want them to bring you down. You know, might put a little bit of a hold in your healing process, and you just have all that good energy around you, you know. Okay, have more you days, self-care days. There's nothing wrong with having self-care days. Okay, you gotta do what's best for you. Okay, you gotta, you know, you just got out of a relationship. Okay, you gotta adjust to being alone. You want to heal and go on to better things at this point. Okay, you're tired of being in these bad relationships. You're tired of being just not where you want to be. Okay, and so when you have these you days, that's self-care. Going to get your hair done, getting your nails done, getting yourself some clothes or something in that sort, or like doing your hobbies all day and like staying off your phone. Like that's a you day. That's considered self-care. That will always be self-care. Like honestly, that's like for me self-care. I like to get my hair done. I like to read books, and I like to do things I just enjoy. You know, yeah. Learn yourself on a deeper level. You cannot grow if you're not getting to know yourself. The whole point of growing is set yourself straight. And that means you gotta have your priorities right. You gotta have everything right in your head. And if you don't know anything about yourself, what are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with that? Okay, that's why exactly another reason why you need to have more you days. Because you need to learn yourself too. That's another big part. And that brings me into number 3. Or, yeah, wherever I am. And that brings me into number 9. Understand even more how you are as a person. Okay? If you know that certain things trigger you, you stay away from them things. You do not let other people stay in your life who constantly triggers you. Okay, you cannot do that because it's kind of like when you do that, you're hurting yourself in a way. You're hurting yourself. You're making these mental scars like worse. You're reopening them. You're making them bigger. Don't do that. Do not be dependent on anybody but yourself. If you are dependent on others, you may not reach success in your healing because at this point in your life, you do not want to depend on anybody else. You want to be able to have you and yourself. You're learning yourself. You're accommodating to be alone. And if you're just sitting over there depending on somebody in your healing process, you're not gonna truly learn the independence that you need to learn. You're not gonna truly learn like the whole point of your healing. You're not gonna be able to grow because, again, imagine like, you're grown and like you're dependent on your husband. You do not want to be dependent on your husband. You still want to be able to do things on your own. You want to, be your own person, Like, that's why I always personally say, like, when I get married, my husband better be okay with me being independent. He better be okay with me making money. And if I make more money than him, he better be okay with that. He better be okay with all of that. Because, again, that's just the independence in me. If I wanna do something on my own, I'm gonna do it on my own. Because I can. I'm capable. I'm able. Okay? I can do it myself. I'm fine. Don't take less than what you know you deserve. Girl, boy, if you know this is not what you deserve, you're already in your healing process. Like, for me, at this point where I'm at in my healing process, I know exactly what I deserve, what I don't deserve, and what I want and what I don't want. Okay? like, I feel like after a certain amount of time of like being in the healing process, you kind of figure out what you want and what you don't want, and just kind of how you want your life to be at this point. Because again, when you're in your healing phase, you are becoming a new person, a better person at that. And you kind of just want to like, you want to know what you want to do, so you can kind of like, because again, in the healing process, you're building a new person, a new better person. And when you think about what you want to do, like how you want your life to look, everything you do in that healing process depends on that. That's exactly what I'm saying. So, you know, just make sure that you know what you want, and you know exactly what you deserve and what you don't deserve. So then again, coming into knowing what you deserve and what you don't deserve, that comes into the self-respect. You gotta have some type of self-respect, because if you don't have self-respect, you're not gonna enforce what you deserve. You're not gonna enforce anything because you don't have that type of respect. And you know what? It is okay to not have self-respect. I've been in a spot where I've not had self-respect. Okay, and that's like one of the hardest things to like realize. Like, that was like one of the hardest pills to swallow. Like, I literally had no self-respect. I was literally setting myself up for failure not too long ago. Like, literally. In thinking about that, that's like probably one of the hardest things. And thinking about, wow, what if I was still in that situation today? Think about that. Here today, me, Esmeralda, 2023, January 13th, is still in that relationship with my ex-boyfriend. Where would I be today? Fucked up. That's exactly where I would be. Fucked up. Okay, because it wasn't healthy. And you gotta know what's healthy for you and what's not healthy for you. You gotta know what you can handle and what you can't handle, and what's good for you to an extent versus what's not good for you to an extent, and your negotiables and non-negotiables. And you need to make sure you stick to them. You do not let somebody back you down from your standards, what you expect, and what you want. Okay? It's like you don't, if it's like, it's not like a you get what you get and you don't throw a fit type situation. No, this is your fucking life. So make sure you are doing what's best for you, for God's sake. Alright, my loves, that's all for today's episode. Thank you for listening to Honestly's podcast. Be sure to tune in for our next episode.